Hello everyone, my name is Ryan, or MandRproductions, and welcome to my review of the Series 5 Microfighters First Order TIE Fighter Microfighter. That's the official name of the set. Its set number is 75194. It has 91 pieces, and in the United States will cost you $10. It's a pretty nice looking set, however I feel like the proportions are a little off, and that's to be expected with the Microfighters. However, I feel on this one, it is a little bit more noticeable. The only minifigure included in this set is the First Order TIE Pilot, and I love what LEGO has done with these TIE Pilots very recently. I think they've done a great job with that helmet mold with the tubing that continues down to the torso, and if we remove that helmet, you'll notice how the tubing is connected to the helmet. Very cool, very cool. It's kind of a rubber piece, so it won't just snap off, which is nice. You can see he's got like a regular clone or stormtrooper face, no double-sided face. The back print is simple yet effective. The front torso print is very nice, and he also has really good waist and leg printing, which is a very nice addition. Sometimes you don't see that on the pilots, but here we do get that, and it's very cool to see in a Microfighter. Usually they kind of skip out on some of the details, but they did not with this one. The helmet mold is awesome, again, with that tube that runs down from the helmet to the chest piece, so really liking that and enjoying looking at that. God, it just looks so awesome, and it's one of those great things that LEGO's done in the past 5 or so years with adding that to the pilot minifigures. Alright, so having seen our minifigure, we'll go ahead and plop him into the First Order TIE Fighter. Now, this is the same design as the larger version that we received in 2015 when The Force Awakens came out. You can see right in there is where your minifigure is going to go, and he's going to sit in there very nicely. There's actually a very deep hole for him, so he's not coming out anytime soon. I very much like that, and you can see it's got this little detail on the side there that we see. It's like an antenna that we see on the full-size version and in movie, which is very nice. The wings are a little bit weird to me. I feel like the shaping of them is just a little bit off. You guys can tell. It's just a little bit off. It doesn't line up the way I feel like it should, and it just kind of barely is noticeable, and it gets to me. I wish they had used the 2x3, you know, instead of this 2x2 here. They had done the 3 long type pieces with those curves or whatever. I can't really get out the word I want to get there, but I think it would have worked better. I think it would have looked better instead of the 2x4 here, or 2x4.5, whatever you want to call it. They could have used the more elongated ones. I think it would have got the shaping better on the side, but who am I? I'm not a LEGO designer. Looking at the actual set on my shelf, you notice that it doesn't have this same design on the side either. It uses black bars that come off to the side, and then it's covered in... It just looks wrong to me. That's the best way to put it. Anyway, you get this really nice printed windshield on the front. It's in a translucent red piece with the print on top, so that actually gives this set a very nice look as opposed to using just one of the regular dark colored ones, and I think that actually looks really nice, adding that red color to it. Now around back you'll find not much. It feels like they've really skipped out a lot on the back here. I just don't feel like that's how it's supposed to look, but maybe I'm wrong. It just looks really weird to me. This is just one of those weird Microfighters, and is one you probably shouldn't get if you don't really care for the First Order TIE Fighter all that much. Now, the one feature of this set is the flick-fire missiles on the bottom, and like I said in my Microfighter Millennium Falcon review, the stud shooters and spring-loaded shooters are awesome because they work. The flick-fire missiles, however, are not because they don't work. So you can push on them, and they'll just drop out. They can be like bombs. Or you can try to flick it, and it kind of works, but it always hurts your finger, and sometimes it gets stuck in there. You flick it 3 or 4 times, then it'll finally come out, and it'll just drop down, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the flick-fire missiles. They still kind of look cool underneath. It looks good for, like, display, I guess, but they just aren't very practical as far as the feature goes. Now, this is standalone. It's $10. I don't know why they didn't include this with the Millennium Falcon in the co-pack like they had done with the other Microfighters, but they didn't, so you get a standalone, and I would probably recommend not buying this. I would give it a 5 out of 10. It's just not that great. The proportions are off. It's missing a lot of the small details that the bigger set has, and that's not to say that the Millennium Falcon isn't missing a lot of the small details that the bigger set has, but it just works better because you can make it look simpler and still look as good as the bigger model, you know what I mean? This one just, it doesn't really quite capture it to me. It's, the proportions are so off, and it's just a weird looking model to me. But again, guys, I'm not going to tell you you can't buy it, but I'm going to say you probably shouldn't. It's just not the best Microfighter this year. I think all the other Microfighters are better than this one. This is probably the runt of the litter. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like on the video. If you have anything to say about this set, leave in the comments section below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
On the 6th day of Christmas, Justin gave to me 6 Taylor albums, 5 dank memes, 4 crafting gods, 3 blown leads, 2 savvy figs, and a transgender selfie.